Good morning, everybody, and we're here for our CTV update for September already, September the 6th. My God, it's flying by. Unbelievable how fast this year is going. And, well, we have some news from yesterday. Great result yesterday from the senior women's intersectional team.
Thanks, John. Yesterday, our senior women competed in the D division for the intersectionals. It was hosted at Mississippi Golf Club. What a beautiful, scenic golf club. We had Mississippi, we had Greensmere, Canada, and ourselves. Our ladies did extremely well. We finished in second place, 2 shots out of first. So very, very close match. Second place, which means we're hosting next year.
Oh, wonderful. Maybe we can do a live broadcast for that one. I like to do those broadcasts on the intersectionals. Okay, Battle of the Sexes. I predicted, I guess unwisely, that the men were going to take this easy. It didn't happen that way.
Well, we enjoyed the chicken and the pulled pork tacos. Like, the men had a good laugh after the round, but John, they got hammered.
They got hammered twice. Once on the course and once inside, I understand.
Congrats, ladies. Well done. The women smoked the men. They really did. Yeah.
Not fair. Unfair, I tell you. Okay, we'll get you next year, women. We'll get you next year. Okay, so for the last 2 weeks, we've been having trouble with our washrooms. They've been closed, first the women's, now the men's. Give us an update of where we are on that.
Fortunately, we are open. By the time this video is posted, an e-blast will go out. That's the good news. We did have to do some small equipment repairs on some of the floats in our 2 sewage pumps that pump everything up to our septic field. And then one of the take-home messages is we do need some cooperation from all of our members, guests, and staff, everyone in our community, to not flush items other than toilet paper down the toilets. And we did see quite a few paper towels, and there's certain blockage areas. So we're just really asking for some cooperation, work together, so that we don't have these disruptions, of course. And there's a bit of an expense, of course, whenever we have these service calls.
Yeah, and paper towels, you can't at home, here, anywhere do that. There's just too many elbows and blockages and places for it to get to before it gets to the septic system, and it's very expensive calling a plumber in here, believe me. OVGA junior event on Sunday. How did that go?
It went very well, John. We had 40 juniors come out. It was round 2 of the junior city and district. So round 1 was played at the Marshes Golf Club, and we hosted round 2. Our juniors fared pretty well. Shane Stanley competed. He was a few shots off the lead at the end of the day. We had a young junior from the Royal Ottawa who ended up winning the event. But very, very great event. The juniors love playing here. This is our second junior event we hosted this year, and it always sells out when it's at Carleton.
And they're very respectful of the course. I mean, it's a course that was in great shape yesterday when I played. There was no extra divots or anything like that around, so that's nice to hear. And happy for Shane. I played with Shane the other day. He's a wonderful golfer and going to be a real good golfer in this community for years to come. Okay, we started last week. We did our instructional series, and Tyler did a wonderful. Tyler did a wonderful series on chipping, something that I've been using for 2 weeks, and it's been really helpful. So this week I put the fire to Cam's feet, and I took him out to the 11th hole, and let's take a look at some of the shots I put him through. Okay, so Cam, we've got a couple of situations. We're at the left side. We're in the short stuff on the left side of the 8th green. We have a couple of options for this. We have a lot of green to work with. You can see the pin is way at the other side. What are the options we have?
One of the challenges here with this shot is the green is elevated. It's a little bit up in the air, so we need a club with a lot of loft. If we're going to hit a traditional pitch shot, I would grab your sand wedge or your lob wedge. We're going to play this close to the middle of your stance. In option 1, we're going to hit a traditional pitch.
Oh, you did that very well. Yeah, you did that very, very well.
Now the
Wow.
next option, that can be a little bit intimidating for some. You can play the bump and run from here. Common clubs to play the bump and run are the 7-iron, 8-iron. Watch Tyler's video because he did a great job going through those. If you're struggling with the bump and run, especially in a case here, it's like a Pinehurst green. Fall off is dramatic. The conditions right now, there's a little bit of dew. Try your hybrid. It's almost like a putt, and this is a great way to get a little bit more speed on the ball. It's similar to a putt. If we were close to the green, we might use our putter if we're only a foot or two off, but seeing that I've got about 15 feet, I'm going to grab my hybrid and play it just like a putt.
That's also excellent. Look at that. Wow. Wow, you hit the other ball. So, okay, so you hit that like a putt, you set up like a putt.
I did, and obviously, I mean, you can choke down just to get a little bit more control.
Yeah.
Ball position similar to a putt, pretty easy middle of the stance, and this is just one that you need to practice. It's easy for most of us to make good contact on the shot. Just practice so you get comfortable with how far the ball is traveling and the speed with your hybrid. But again, a great way to make solid contact around the green.
Great. Okay, Cameron, here's another shot where it's the same side. Now we've got a bit of rough. It's going to be a little harder to bump this one. We're in the rough. You can't use your putter really. You can try, I guess, but you've got a lot of rough to traverse there, and that's a risky shot in itself. So how do you play this? The ball's hitting down a little bit. You do have some grass underneath it, but how do you set up for this particular shot in the rough?
Yeah, reasonable lie. Again, this is a shot where we really like to see a high lofted wedge and playing a traditional pitch shot. You have to have very good low point control to make sure that you don't hit it heavy or hit it thin. So we want to really ensure the ball is close to the middle and return the shaft to the starting point. We want to use the bounce of the club here. It's our friend. As you mentioned, there's some grass around, so we can afford to do that. And so we'll play it in the middle of our stance, hit a traditional pitch, and middle of the green is okay on this shot here.
I don't know if you can see that, but that again almost went in. He's got about 4 inches to the hole. What a great shot, Cam. Okay, now we're on the right side of the green. We're in the we're now short-sided and in the rough. Different shot again because we don't have all that green to play with. So how do we set up for this one?
This one might be harder to do on the first take here, John.
Yeah.
So now we're short-sided, as you mentioned. Now we're really focused on middle of the green. Just give yourself a chance at your putt for par or bogey. We don't need to challenge a tight pin tremendously. It's okay to hit it 10 or 15 feet by. And we need to be wary if this pin was closer to the front. We don't want to challenge the front or left side of the green. The last thing you want is to have that chip coming back. From a setup perspective, we're going to open the club face. This is very similar to the bunker shots we did on the previous segment. I'm going to open my stance. As a right-handed player, I'm going to aim my body a little to the left, and I'm going to aim my club a little bit to the right.
Okay.
As a result, we can make a little bit bigger swing than our pitch shot, and we can hinge our wrists a little bit.
Oh, wow. And that hit, even on the downslope, it stopped a little bit, and now you've got a makeable putt there.
Yeah, exactly. And that I wasn't too aggressive there, right? I tried to fly it to the hole. I'm about 10, 12 feet by, but I have a chance for a putt for par.
Sure. Okay, Cam, I've put you in a very difficult position here, a position that we often as amateurs get stuck because we either thin the ball, we hit it too hard, we're behind the 11th green. You can't kind of flop it like you would normally do. You've got a tree in your way, like the branches of the tree, so the ball can't go high. The green is sloping away. It's kind of a short-sided pin. You've got a fairly decent lie, but boy, there's not a whole lot of options for you on this shot. How do you set up, and what club are you using, and tell us how your approach to this shot would be.
Well, you just named about 5 big challenges there, John.
Yeah.
So, I mean, number one, stay positive. Don't beat yourself up because this is a bit of an intimidating position to be in. Two things we want to start thinking about is avoidance here before we switch into a positive mindset. And the overhanging trees can cause big difficulty. So a club with a lot of loft is going to bring the trees into play. So this is a time to put away your lob wedge and your sand wedge. We can't hit the flop here. The other danger is flying the ball all the way to the green. The tendency there is going to be to have the ball run over, and it could make it all the way to the water.
Yeah, yeah, they can.
So
What's your plan? What's your plan for the shot?
As a result, I'm going to use an 8-iron for this shot.
An 8-iron.
I've got
Wow.
some rough. We need a little bit of speed. We've got to get the ball bouncing in the rough 2 to 3 times before it hopefully dribbles up onto the green.
Okay.
I mean, a common acceptable miss here would be if it dribbles up most of the way up the hill and we're just on the collar, or perhaps we have a short chip.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we do not want to fly it all the way to the green. So right. I'm going to hit a bump and run shot with an 8-iron.
Okay, so if I'm looking at this, there's some shadows just close to the green there. That's where we'd like that ball to hit once and twice maybe, and then just crawl up on the green. So that's our target point for this shot. Is that correct?
Exactly. We'll get it bumping a couple times in the rough for sure.
Okay. I'll try and catch this on video, Cam. Maybe from this side.
Miss there, right? Where we bounce 2 or 3 times. We've got a short chip with a little bit more speed. Hopefully we can dribble up all the way up onto the green. Let's try one more take here.
Okay, it shows you how tough that shot is, but still, that's, you know, like you said, now I can almost putt that one if I had to, or use that, use my hybrid or whatever you do for those shots. But we get the idea. You're kind of trying to just get it up onto the green as best you can, or close enough where you can at least get it down at 2 from there.
Exactly.
You're looking at 3 would be acceptable. 3 shots would be acceptable to put it in from here.
For sure, yeah. You want to take your medicine and again, take away that wedge that clips the tree and take away the screamer that goes over the green, and practice this a little bit, and you'll hit a few on the green as well, playing the bump and run option.
Thank you very much, Cam. I put you through some tough paces today, and we really appreciate this. And hopefully people watching today have another way of viewing these different types of shots we see here at Carleton.
Thanks, John, and good luck to everyone on the 11th hole.
Okay, guys, that was a lot of fun. Cam, thank you very much. I mean, the camera didn't pick up a lot of the shots that I was hoping it would. I mean, but he put so many so close. In fact, one shot was a foot away. His next shot hit that ball. So, boy, I'll be able to do that. Terrific instruction, and just to give you a little help around the 11th hole. And next week we have another one in our series, and I hope you enjoy that. Gentlemen, it's time for a quiz. Okay, members quizzing the pros. Most important stroke-saving club in your bag. You've got a pen. You've got a paper. I want you to put it down. I'll put mine down too. Okay, Tyler, what did you come up with?
Well, John, I wrote down the putter.
Cam?
Flat stick. Putter as well.
And I've got putter. Okay, so we're all in agreement that if you want to save strokes on your score, 2, 3 strokes on your score, you should be doing something with your putter. So what can we do? Well, I had to negotiate something with Tyler. The best thing you can do is go take a lesson. So, I can't give you a price rope on the lesson, but here's what we can do. Tyler, explain what this lesson is going to consist of.
John, thanks. And you're right. The putter is generally the most used club in the bag, right? You're using it hopefully no more than 2 putts per hole, but I know some people use it quite a bit more. during a putting lesson, what we also want to encourage is getting fit properly for a putter. So the putting lesson will certainly, talk about how to read greens, how to gauge the speed, how to know where the breaks are, mechanics as well, ball position. But we also want to dive a little bit into putting, proper fitting for putters. And a lot of people ask me, well, aren't all putters the same? They're just kind of shaped differently. Well, no, that's not quite true. There's a lot of differences in the balance, in the length, in the loft, even in the lie angle, even in the shaft. You can have a lot of different variations. So what we like to do is any putting lesson that we do will also include a free putting fitting session with you.
Gentlemen, ladies, okay. I mean, let's get this straight. You're going to go over the mechanics. You're going to go over green reading. You're going to go over judging ball speed. You're going to do all those things that you would do in a normal putting lesson, the routine you take before you putt, everything like that, and then you're going to throw in a putter fitting. Okay? That's fantastic. Now listen, I don't like my putter. I want to get a new one. I want to go buy a new one. I know you can't give me a deal on that, but what can you give me?
Well, John, I think what we always like to do is after spending some time with us, we're rolling the ball, we're talking about new putters. We're going to throw in a sleeve of your choice, of your preference, of any golf ball in the shop to go along with that new purchase of putter you have.
And are you going to fit it for me?
Absolutely.
All
that the putter and the ball will be both fitted for you.
Best I can do, folks. You can save. How many strokes do you think people can save by just improving their putting?
Well, depending on current ability level, I mean, you could see anywhere from 1 to 5, and you know what the outcome of this might be.
What's that?
Pace of play might go down a little bit.
Well, it won't go down today because it's about 33 degrees out here already. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. People are going to be off the court. Most of them are going to only play 9 today. Tyler, thank you very much. Best I can do, folks, but really, honestly, worth every cent to get a putting lesson from Cam, Tyler, or Gary. I encourage it, and certainly it'd be worth your while. Last week we introduced something we wanted to promote, and that's a rules segment. We asked you for your input on a rule that you would like explained, and we got one response. I hope we're going to get more, otherwise we're going to make some up. And but we did do a rule segment on number 3, and I'll let the video speak for itself. So Tyler, last week we announced on our CTV update that if you had a rule that you wanted discussed, we'll go out and try and explain it to you. And we did get a rule, something that has happened to me, I know a few times, and I'm curious to know the answer. So in a couple of seconds, we'll just show you what happened, and then we'll discuss what your options are here. And I should tell you, we're on hole number 3. This is unique to hole number 3. Okay, Tyler. I hit my ball. I was right here. I hit my ball, and it landed on the rocks. Skipped over the water, landed on the rocks, and I don't think I can play that shot. Here, you can take a look at it. Oh no! What are my options now? The ball, just landed here. It's yellow stakes. What can I do?
So John, this happens all the time. We cross the yellow stake penalty area. You elect not to play your ball, even though it's playable, but it's in the rocks, so you don't want to damage your club. So we are going to take a penalty. You have 2 options. You can either replay under stroke and distance from your last spot
Right here.
that you hit it from,
Yeah.
or you can take the point of entry that it crossed the penalty line.
It counted. It went in right here.
Yeah.
Right here. Oh, you can't see that on the camera.
Right there.
And then I can go back as far as I want?
In line with the pin.
In line with the pin. Okay.
So keep it in line with the pin. You
Okay.
can go as far back on that same line.
From where it went in.
You can give yourself maybe a better lie.
Okay. All right.
You can hit from there.
Hello, I just wanted to go over the second part of the question that was given to us that we didn't address on the original video. And the second part of the question is, if we go over that pond and the ball hits on the grass and then rolls back in to the rocks,
can we drop on the other side? And the answer simply is no, because it's a yellow staked hazard lateral. The only option you have are the ones we've described earlier. You can replay the shot from where you had it from, go to where it entered, and take a line between there and the pin and drop anywhere along that line. Now, Tyler did tell me that many clubs are getting rid of the yellow stakes for that reason, because if that was red stake, totally different. You can drop on the other side as long as it's no closer to the hole and you get a 2 club length relief. So that's a question we hope that the rules committee will consider, because we have a couple of lateral hazards. I think there's one on 11, same thing. And that one is even a steeper hill where the water wall can go back in. And so I just to let you know, that's one of the big differences between a yellow and a red stake area. Yellow stake's very limited, red stake's much more robust. And hopefully we'll get an answer on that, maybe a change of that in the new year.
Okay, gentlemen, what do we got coming up this week? We've got September 8th.
Yeah, Dine and Dine. We've got a nice group there. Italian Dine and Dine this week, and then we will be launching the menu for our second Dine and Dine, which will be on Friday, September 22nd, and that menu will be launched very soon.
Very good. September 9th, big event happening at the club on Saturday.
September 9th is the men's 2-man net better ball, the Quinn-Hoffman.
Yeah.
Quinn-Hoffman. So that's already posted. The tee times are already posted. I believe there's space for 2 or 3 more twosomes to sign up. So if you're interested, it's a Saturday morning event. Yeah, we still have space, I think, for 2 more groups to sign up. So if you're interested, if you both have valid handicaps, 80% of score posting requirement, we'd love to have you join in.
Great. You also have a couple of more events next week on September 11th and September 12th.
Our club fitting series is continuing into September. We have a new wave of products being launched. TaylorMade will be here on Monday doing fittings. We've sold out for TaylorMade, which is great. I love the response. And Callaway, I think there's 1 spot still remaining for Callaway. Callaway's launching their new Apex Pro series of irons, which I'm really, really excited about. I already placed an order for myself, but yeah, we got some new exciting equipment on its way.
Great. That's great news. Now, September 19th is a Tuesday. We have a big tournament here on Tuesday.
That's right. So our annual Costco event is returning on Tuesday, September 19th. Now, Costco it's a great event. It's a corporate event. It's a morning shotgun. So unlike most of our events where it's an afternoon, 2 things. It's on a Tuesday and it's a morning shotgun. So the course will be closed in the morning. Tee times will open up later in the afternoon, but they will begin with the Ladies League first, and then after Ladies League, it'll be open to the membership.
Okay, there you go. So prepare for that. If you normally play Tuesday morning, and if you're male, you're probably going to be playing later on Tuesday if you're going to play it all. So let's end off this wonderful session with the kitchen specials this week.
Did you see Barbara's lasagna back there, John?
No.
No, looks amazing. There's great beef lasagna special. Sean and Chelsea have put together a fantastic, fresh new options. We've got a green and grain salad, shrimp linguine, roasted salmon, pulled pork and pepperoni pizza, and mini apple pies for dessert.
Fantastic. That's wonderful. Great to hear. And, well, gentlemen, until next week, everyone, play well.